Hello again. Alright, listen up. I know I'm like 2 or 3 episodes late into second season, but in case you find too boring the 1 minute recaps that the actual show gives, here's me speaking and trying to make this as summarized as possible. So here we go. Batwoman Season 1 recap. And spoiler alert, obviously. This is Kane, a motorcycle lesbian with edgy hair and an edgy life. Every morning, she chooses ice and handcuffs as exercise instead of the usual run. Cate is training very hard to be a part of the Crows. The Crows? Yeah, not the Ravens. The Crows is basically a type of police that works in the same way as the police. This is Gotham, with a lot of problems, and the solution that these people found was to create another police that does absolutely nothing as well. But this isn't the first time she trained, because we see that Kane remembers how she was training in one of those woohoo schools that trains punches and kicks. But she fell in love with a girl and the school was like, no, we're people with stupid ideas, so you can't do that. And Cate was like, no go, I hate you, bye. I'm leaving. But the girl she fell in love with, named Sophie, was like, yes. And she denied the whole thing. And now, she's part of the Crows. Then Cate also remembers an accident where her mom and twin died, back when she was a young human. And now, she regrets that she wasn't able to do anything about it. But now, back in the present, Sophie's kidnapped. So Cate cares and she goes back to Gotham, where her dad is like top tier of the Crows. And Cate is like, oh my god, I want to help find Sophie. And Dad is like, no go. So Cate, instead, goes to Wayne Tower, because Cate Kane is the cousin of one Bruce Wayne. First cousin? Second cousin? That we don't know. But she knows that there, Bruce has some peep-poop gadgets that can help her find her ex. Also, Cate finds a nice dude named Luke Fox that also helps her find Sophie. And Cate, on her way out of the Wayne Tower, finds the Batcave, and is like, oh my god, is Bruce Batman? And Luke is like, no, oh my god, of course not. Well, maybe. So Cate uses the Batsuit in a wacky way and finds Sophie, but in her way, she finds Alice. Not Piasecki, but Alice in Wonderland. Then she saves Sophie and saves a knife that plot twist, makes her connect some dots, and she starts to wonder if the new villain, Alice, is actually her long-lost twin. And then another plot twist. Sophie is married. Even bigger plot twist, to a man. Is Beth Alice? Cate says yes. The others say no, shut up. But guess what? Cate is right, and Beth, which is the original name of the Alice, is angry because her dad gave up on her. Dad got married and now has a wife named Catherine, and a stepdaughter who is influencer by day but doctor by night on an illegal clinic. She's the coolest and her name is Mary. So her dad, aka Mr. Kane, says sorry to Alice by ordering the Crows to shoot to kill if they see her. But Cate isn't giving up. She finds Alice and explains to her how they were told that Beth died. But the Crows are like, oops, sorry to interrupt, and they make a surprise attack on them. But Cate gives a no and protects Alice and convinces the Crows to take her to Arkham instead of killing her, which is not the best. But then boom, Beth's transportation explodes. But Batwoman saves her, trying to make up from the mistakes of the past. But then, boom again. Something explodes, and they are like, see you later. And plot twist, it turns out that Catherine, the mean stepmom, was behind the explosion. And the reason why Mr. Kane gave up on Beth. Cate doesn't want to be Batwoman anymore. Then there is a mate named Tommy, who is Bruce's best friend, and knows the identity of Batman. He builds a tall building and brags about it like it's a who has more chest hair competition. And he's like, oh my god, I want to see my bro. Then Alice promises to Cate that she won't kill anybody in 24 hours. Spoiler alert, she fails. Then, the Tommy guy has an opening night at his bigger building. But plot twist, he's kind of cray-cray and wants to kill Batman. And he steals a gun that can kill Batman. Watch out for this, it might be important for the future. But first he's like, trapping people in an elevator. But quick fast forward, the people in the elevator are saved. Mary has a moment, because Mary is the best character. Then Tommy tries to use the gun at Cate, because Cate was like, never mind that, I don't want to be Batwoman part. She even stops being wack and upgrades the batsuit. She paints it red and uses a wig. But then the gun. Alice saves Cate from the gun because she saw maps of Cate trying to look for Alice/Beth after the accident back at the Kane family apartment, where she killed someone and she was like, oops. So is Beth in there because she saved Cate? Or is she gone because killer? Who knows? Now Catwoman, Magpie, who is the new villain of the hour, is stealing jewels in Gotham, but Cate is like, new phone, who this? She has a new girlfriend named Regan, and she's kind of busy with her. But then Alice is blackmailing Bat's stepmother, aka Catherine, like, give me a device that will harm people, or I'll tell Dad that you're a bad person. And Catherine is like, yeah, sure, I'll tell Dad myself. And she does that, and now Mr. Kane is like, oh my god, why? But anyway, Cate is like, I like Regan, but then Batwoman wants to get Magpie, and she's like hanging with Regan, but I don't know where. She's like, oops, my cat got stuck in a tree, so she ditches her. But long story short, Magpie steals an important necklace that was supposed to be shown at a place, changes it for explosives. Cate goes there with Regan, and she goes again like, oops, that damn cat, and changes to Batwoman, saves the day. She breaks up with Regan because she's like, it's not you, it's the cat, and it is very sad. So Alice gets arrested or something like that by Cate, who catches up with her because Alice has been stealing skin from morgues. Why? We don't know this yet. Now, Alice reveals her villain origin story, and we know that Alice was rescued by a bizarre man with serial killer vibes, and his son, whose face is disfigured. And the man is like, oh my god, let's call your dad. But he never does. Then Alice/Beth finds a face on a sink. The man loves her. She reads Alice in Wonderland. She starts calling herself Alice, starts calling the son Mouse, tries to escape. Mr. Kane comes to her rescue, but Mouse convinces her that the call was a prank with a 1-in-a-million talent where he can copy voices. The bizarre man threatens Alice to kill all her family. Then back in the present, Alice takes Cate back to the house where she grew up. Mr. Kane arrives, gets stabbed by Alice, and then Alice escapes. The executioner, aka the new villain of the hour, kills a lawyer and pulls a prank with the Crows and the GCPD. Sophie gets hurt, but Batwoman saves her, and she's like, oh my god, thanks Cate. So Sophie is sure that Cate is Batwoman, which can be a whole thing, since Mr. Kane doesn't like Batwoman. Then Alice uses Mouse with a new face to steal a weapon that could kill Batwoman. Cate finds out the executioner is killing corrupt people, but she and Luke are like, he's right, but he shouldn't kill. Mr. Kane arrives to the confronting scene, kills the executioner, does everything wrong, and Batwoman saves the day. So now, Sophie's giving an ultimatum to Cate, telling her that if she doesn't tell her that she's Batwoman, then Sophie's going to. Everyone is chasing on this guy called the Rifle. Batwoman gets to him, but also someone new appears. They fight each other, the Rifle gets away, and we meet Julia Pennyworth, Cate's ex. What? So Julia's like, oh my god, is that you, Cate? And Cate is like, no, oh my god, I'm Batwoman. But Julia's like, oh my god, stop. And Cate is like, fine. But they have baggage, because after Cate got kicked out from her superb school, Bruce sent her to keep her company or whatever, but Julia kept secrets that were later revealed. And Cate got mad. End of flashback. Beginning of new flashback. Mr. Kane told Sophie to take the deal of denying her relationship with Cate. And she does, because she doesn't have the same opportunities as Cate. Then she told her husband that she used to date Cate. I forgot to say that this wasn't known by him. But it creates a whole scene. Julia puts on the batsuit to give an alibi to Cate, and for Sophie to stop doing whatever the hell she's doing. But boom, Julia gets shot in the batsuit by the weapon stolen by Alice. But everything is okay. It was manipulated. So she just has a bad time. Julia can die. We love her. Alice gives what could kill Batwoman to Cate from the weapon. Julia leaves to chase the Rifle. Whack. Wish she could stay. But plot twist. Mouse is impersonating Mr. Kane. Here's this episode's tea. A tea party. Alice woke up and chose violence. Mr. Kane, or Mouse as Mr. Kane, ambushes Sophie and her husband and leaves them tied up on the Cross offices, so they have time to talk about feelings. And Mouse does this so Alice can have her tea party where she takes both Catherine and Mary and poisons them. And then she's like, oh, no, I have the antidote. But double psych, there's only antidote for one. And Catherine, redeeming herself, makes Mary take it, and she dies. But they have a last moment, and Catherine reveals that she knows about the clinic, and she says she's proud of Mary, and it is very sad. We don't like to see Mary suffer. So Mary gets angry, obviously, because of Cate defending Alice, and she's like, no more. And Batwoman makes the executive decision that Beth can be brought back. And then, plot twist, Mr. Kane, the real one, gets framed for the murder of his now ex-wife. This is the Arrowverse crossover episode, and that's another story. What matters here is that Bruce Wayne from another dimension killed Superman and tried to kill Supergirl with kryptonite. So her and Batwoman defeated him, and he died. And Supergirl told Kate like, oh my god, keep the kryptonite as a souvenir. On the episode of the hour, someone woke up and chose violence, hacking the brakes of a train and almost killing a lot of people. But woo, Batwoman saved the day and breathes on the same space as a cop, and everyone is like, oh my god, are they married? And obviously, this annoys Kate, because she's not into male cops, and gives the hate to the heteronormative, which we stand. But meanwhile, she looks for the hacker, finds her, and this girl named Parker is angry, because she got outed, and her parents disown her, because bigots. So this very smart teenage girl hacks to cope, and Kate, as well as woman, tries to get to her, but she's like, shut your mouth, go with your cop husband or whatever. But then Alice arrives, and forces Kate to reveal her identity, and Parker is like, oh my god, you're like me. And Alice does her thing, but Batwoman saves the day. Alice gets arrested, then people say the hetero stuff, but Kate, or this time Batwoman, reveals herself as a super gay, and we stand. Meanwhile, Mary tries to prove Mr. Kane's innocence, and is still angry at Kate, but they end up hugging it out. And then, plot twist, Alice appears at the Wayne Tower. Kate is shocked. This girl claims she's Beth, and oh my god, Alice don't know her. Alright, this is the part 1 of the Batwoman recap. To whoever made it this far, thank you, I almost didn't. And to my 24 subscribers, you're the reason why I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face. I'll see you soon for part 2.